Last night's powerful winds erased years of hard work for a young Oklahoma pilot. The damage left behind after planes were tossed across the Stillwater Airport. Plus, recent rainfall has changed conditions in creeks across Oklahoma, the heartbreaking tragedy causing officials to remind everyone to stay out of fast-rising water. And a former Oklahoma law enforcement officer is in line for a major role in Washington. What the nomination could mean for the administration's immigration agenda? Your news starts right now.
This is the Fox 25 News at 9.
Powerful wind gusts at nearly 90 miles an hour ripped through the Stillwater Regional Airport last night, damaging several planes, including one that was flipped upside down. The plane belongs to a teen working at the Stillwater Flight Center who says he didn't have insurance. Fox 25's Rob Hagan reports.
Powerful winds whipped through Stillwater Regional Airport Friday, flipping aircraft and leaving thousands of dollars in damage behind, including this Cessna 150 after it was torn from its tie downs.
It'll fly at 60 miles an hour with someone in it, so when it's empty, it wants to go.
The storm launched the plane more than 100 feet before it crashed back to the ground. The loss is devastating.
I got that day after I turned 17.
Sean O'Brien says he's been flying since he was 16 years old. He's 19 now. He's flown it to Houston and Arkansas and even camped in it. On top of everything, he doesn't have insurance. Now, instead of planning his next flight, he has to call a salvage company.
It sucks. I got it before I got my license, got endorsed to fly it. Got it, flew home after I got my license, and have over 300 hours in it in 2.5 years.
O'Brien says his $36,000 plane wasn't the only one damaged.
OSU, their fleet took a hit, and then the only other ones is the T6s. They didn't really get no damage, but they still need inspections.
O'Brien says a Piper Seminole, a Cessna 182, a Cessna 172, and 3 Cessna 162s all sustained damage. Airport crews and aircraft owners spent the night surveying the destruction as recovery efforts continue. The full extent of the damage is still unknown, but for O'Brien, the storm wiped out years of flying memories in seconds.
You can try to prepare for it. You can prepare for it better or worse, or better than most, but I mean, if it wants to go, it's going to go.
That was Rob Hagan reporting. Luckily, it looks like some of those storms from overnight are long gone. Meteorologist Connor Baldwin joins us tonight. Connor, I mean, it was a warm morning. I was at the park today, but kids, people, families were enjoying the sun for sure.
Yeah, we're done with the storms here, at least for a long time. I don't have any storm chances in the next 10 days. And now that we're almost done with June, only about 3 days left, it can give us time here to look back at all the weather we've had so far in June. Here we have the tornadoes statistics from 2026. Here we've had 66 so far this year, which is above average. Our average is about 59. And we had 3 in June, mainly embedded in the derecho that came through early Monday morning. That's where those 3 came from. We also had 2 in May that got added. They were landspout tornadoes. We are above average, especially in May and June, but we are above average for the year, mainly because of the record-setting March we had and a lot of the tornadoes we had in April from the last slide. Let's take a look here at our highs for this year so far, for this month. 20 days above average, just 3 at normal, and then 7 days below our average. Now that is including the forecasted highs for the 28th, 29th, and 30th as we go throughout the next couple of days here. We're expecting those to be above average, and with nothing really in the forecast, especially rain-wise, we're not going to be seeing any of those change. We're going to be above average, especially for our low tonight, 79. It's going to be warm. Our weather headlines, sunny and breezy to start next week. We're going to continue to heat up, and then triple-digit heat for our July 4th weekend. I'll have the rest of the forecast here in a few minutes, guys.
So that he is already starting to cause problems in our area, Wichita Mountains Wildlife Refuge says they had to shut down both Treasure Lake and Sunset parking areas for multiple search and rescue operations. Officials say the operations were caused by heat-related emergencies. The refuge is reminding hikers to practice heat safety at all times. They say when your water is half gone, your hike is half over, and it's time to go back to your vehicle. If you experience an emergency, call 911 and stay where you are so rescuers can find you. The body of a boy who went missing in a flooded northwest Oklahoma City creek this afternoon has been recovered. Oklahoma City Fire Department says 4 teens were swimming in a creek. 1 went underwater and did not come back up. The teenagers called 911 and dive teams began searching the area. Divers found the boy's body at about 4:45. Officials say the creek was deeper than usual because of flooding and that anyone swimming in creeks after the recent rainfall should use caution. President Trump says he is nominating a former Oklahoma State trooper as the next director of Immigration and Customs Enforcement. The president announced the move on Truth Social, calling Lance Schroyer a patriot and proven leader with decades of experience, locking up the worst of the worst. He would report to the Department of Homeland Security. Markwayne Mullin, the former Oklahoma senator who now leads the department, Mullin said in a post on X that Schroyer will play a vital role in President Trump's immigration agenda. Former acting director for ICE, Todd Lyons, resigned at the end of May. A former police chief and teacher are facing child sexual abuse related charges. According to the Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation, several students reported that 52-year-old Thomas Leonard, who was a teacher in Arcoma, made an inappropriate contact with them in 2023. He was put on administrative leave by the district during OSBI's investigation. They found that Leonard was a former police chief for the Arcoma Police Department before teaching. Yesterday, the agency put out a warrant for his arrest, and Leonard turned himself in at the Lee Flore County Jail. He's facing 8 counts of lewd or indecent acts to a child under 16. The town of Wayne is set to lose its law enforcement services after town leaders voted not to renew their contract with the McLean County Sheriff's Office. The agreement expires Wednesday, ending most of the Sheriff's Office's policing responsibilities in the town. Wayne hasn't had its own police department for years, and it's leaving questions about how law enforcement services will be handled moving forward.
Trouble's going to run rampant for too long. If there's, somebody shot, fights, anything like that, you're not going to have anybody here to take care of it right then. It's going to take a while, and somebody could wind up, getting killed over it.
911 calls will still be handled by the McLean County Sheriff's Office. Oklahoma City Animal Welfare is now asking for your help after the Oklahoma Police Department seized hundreds of animals during a drug trafficking raid. After making 4 arrests, investigators say they seized over 500 animals on the property in various pens, sheds, and stalls. The seizure has pushed Oklahoma City's animal shelter well beyond capacity, especially for dogs. Because of that, they temporarily paused public intake yesterday.
You can only put so many animals per cage. So we do have to make difficult decisions and euthanize almost daily.
Shelter staff say the best way the community can help at this time is by adopting. As many parents search for ways to keep their children active and away from screens during summer break, one Oklahoma child care center is turning playtime into an opportunity for learning. As Fox 25's Ian Nickel reports, the Learning Experience's Little Goal Getters summer enrichment program introduces infants, toddlers, and preschoolers to sports through age-appropriate activities designed to build motor skills, teamwork, and confidence.
Dribble, pass, kick, and of course, score goals. Those aren't skills you typically expect to see in a preschool classroom, but at the Learning Experience in Owasso, they're all part of the summer lesson plan. The center's Little Goal Getters program introduces sports to every age group. Infants explore sports balls during tummy time. Toddlers practice kicking, throwing, catching, and jumping, while preschoolers pass soccer balls, shoot basketballs, play ring toss, and work through obstacle courses. Center Director Caitlin Walker says every activity is designed to grow with the child.
So all of our enrichment activities, they just become more advanced in every age group. So like I said, the enrichment kits start in the infant program and go all the way through our preschool program. But every age, the activities just build on each other and get more and more advanced. And that just helps the children develop lifelong healthy habits.
Teachers say the lessons go far beyond how to score a goal. Each game helps children develop motor skills while also learning how to share, communicate, and work together as a team.
Besides all the physical benefits through them with their fine and gross motor skills, they're also learning how to follow directions, they're learning how to take turns with each other, working together, and even encouraging each other through different types of sports whenever they're passing the ball or whenever it's about to be their turn.
And for the teachers, those little moments of success are the biggest victories.
I just like how happy they get through anything, whether they are learning how to write their name, whether they learn a new skill, or just like this, learning how to kick the ball to a friend or how far they can kick the ball. Just whenever they come to you for their excitement and just say, like, I did this, like that's just the most heartwarming feeling.
That was Ian Nickel reporting. Organizers say Little Goal Getters is just one part of the learning experience's summer enrichment curriculum, which also includes themed educational activities, guest visitors, and interactive experiences designed to keep children learning while school is out. They hope the program not only keeps children active this summer, but also helps them develop the teamwork, communication, and confidence they'll carry with them long after the season ends. Oklahoma City Police and community volunteers teamed up for a major home restoration project aimed at helping a local grandmother and her high school-aged grandson. Officials say the home had structural issues the family did not have the money for physical ability to fix. That's when the community stepped in to help.
For us to come in and in really a day or two, we transform a house back and make it safe. And man, all we do is walk away and they say thank you. And we're so full of happiness that really, it's the most incredible thing. I call it Mission Oklahoma. Find the families in our community, let's go help.
Businesses worked on the project for free. They say the family will now have a safer home to live in. The Oklahoma City Police Department is giving students in our community a chance to lace up their sneakers and show off their basketball skills. Back to School Hoop Fest will take place on August 6th from 4 to 8 p.m. It's open to everyone entering 5th through 12th grade this upcoming school year. Hoop Fest will be at Scissor Tail Park. You can sign up right now using the link on the department's Facebook page. The Thunder Community Foundation celebrated the official opening of its new community basketball court at Southern Woods Park in Stillwater. The court is the foundation's 32nd statewide project, part of its mission to create positive opportunities for kids through basketball. Rumble the Bison, Thunder entertainers, and city officials were all in attendance for the first official tip-off and ribbon-cutting ceremony. After the ceremony, Thunder youth basketball coaches joined kids on the court to work through basketball skills and drills.
This is Fox 25 Sports.
Well, from touchdowns in Norman to leading the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the postseason, Baker Mayfield has seen it all throughout his football career. Today, though, Mayfield took a break from his time under center and put on his coaching hat, preparing the next generation of stars in Oklahoma at his annual youth camp in Norman. 1, 2, 3, hundreds of kids aged 7 through 14 showed up to work on their game, learning from not only the 2017 Heisman Trophy winner, but also current members of the OU football team. The kids excited, but Mayfield said it's something he looks forward to every year.
Just the energy, the excitement. I just hope all the kids have fun, take a few things away from it. And, the amount of players that we have here is spectacular. I mean, that says something about the tradition, the pride, just the whole university. And so I thank those guys for that. But yeah, the kids, they're going to have a blast today. And I always say, I think I have more fun than they do.
And being able to host his own camp, it's not something he could have ever imagined.
It really is surreal. I mean, if you'd have told me when I was younger, I was playing football and pregame while my parents tailgate before some of these games, that I would eventually have my own camp here. And it's crazy to think about, but it really is surreal.
Today marks 10 Saturdays until Sooner football is back, and the Bucs signal caller is feeling confident about Team 132.
I have a lot of faith. Obviously, SEC ball is different. It's week in, week out. You got to bring your A game. There's no weeks off there, and just with John going into another year and having chemistry with some of these guys, and hopefully the guys up front and the receivers stay healthy, because that was painful to watch, but I've been there, and so I think it'll make them better in the long run, and I think BV is going to have them going.
A special day in Norman made possible by one of Oklahoma's biggest stars. To the NBA news, breaking late last night that Isaiah Hartenstein intends to sign a new 3-year, $75 million deal to return to the Thunder through the 28-29 season. The 7-foot center has been instrumental throughout his time in OKC, playing a pivotal role in the team's 2025 championship run. Sam Presti and company hoping the injury bug can stay away, though. Hartenstein has only played in 104 games over the last 2 regular seasons, but he's been available for all 38 playoff games during that span. The Thunder able to maintain a major piece and will now need to decide on team options for Lou Dort and Kenrich Williams before free agency opens this Tuesday. To the World Cup, it was a rainy afternoon in New Jersey as England and Panama battled in the Group L finale. Two games in action right now. Argentina battling Jordan, Algeria taking on Austria. These are the last two games of the group stage. The round of 32 kicks off tomorrow as South Africa meets with Canada. That's all for sports. Robert, send it back to you.
The conflict in the Middle East is escalating again. What's today's attacks near the Strait of Hormuz could mean for global security and energy supplies? Iran launched a drone attack against Bahrain, and another ship was attacked in the Strait of Hormuz today. The attacks are likely a response to overnight airstrikes by U.S. forces near the strait as retaliation for an attack on the ship there Thursday. The trading of blows comes as the Joint Maritime Information Center, which is overseen by the U.S. Navy, announced a route near Oman's shore for ships to pass through the strait was expanding. That's in direct contrast to what Iran has stated, that all ships must pass through its approved routes. Bahrain, meanwhile, condemned what it said was an Iranian drone attack, with Iran's Revolutionary Guard saying U.S. bases were the target. The back and forth continued tonight, with U.S. Central Command saying U.S. forces hit more Iranian military sites. CENTCOM says Iran had a chance to honor the ceasefire after the attack on a container ship in the Strait Thursday, but chose to fire on an oil tanker this morning. It says transit through the strait continues and U.S. forces are ready. Other parts of the ceasefire are looking shaky after Hezbollah's leader rejected a security agreement between Lebanon and Israel. He called it a surrender to Israel, saying it undermines Lebanon's authority. It warned the Iran-backed terrorist group's force keep fighting. Under the deal, Israel would withdraw from parts of southern Lebanon, but allows them to remain in an expanded security zone for the time being. Today, Lebanese state news reported an Israeli drone strike in the country. Israel said it was targeting a threat to its military. Ahead of last night's World Cup match, political tension around Iran came to a head in Seattle. Groups protested the Iranian regime, while others turned out to oppose Israel. The tension was something law enforcement was ready for. Reporter Jeremy Harris was outside Lumen Field with the story.
They are terrorists, they must go!
Before the match, these were the cheers around the Seattle stadium.
Islamic regime must go!
All we can do to be their voice, to just be as loud as possible.
Hundreds of protesters here to oppose the Iranian regime before the country's team took the field.
We didn't want them to be here because this is not actual Iranians' national team.
The U.S. has been at war with Iran for 6 months, but the conflict between the Islamic Republic and its opponents dates back decades.
They try to destroy us, they try to eliminate us also out of Iran.
Joshua Rahimzadeh was tortured by the Iranian regime in the 80s before fleeing to America.
All Iranian, overwhelming majority are against revolution.
Freedom for Iran, and no more IRGC, no more Mullah, no more terrorist supporter in Iran.
But not everyone here agreed with their message, and police had to keep a close distance to keep things under control. Later in the day, a separate group came to oppose Israel. This conflict was expected, and officials were ready with extra officers stationed in the area. Despite some back and forth between people of different opinions, things stayed mostly under control as fans came to see World Cup soccer in Seattle.
That was Jeremy Harris reporting. The Seattle Police Department has not reported any arrests during the protests. Ukraine says it struck a major industrial site in southwest Russia, with President Vladimir Zelensky saying missiles hit a facility that produces artillery systems and other military equipment. The region's governor confirmed damage to a business and said 10 people were hurt but did not name the facility. Ukraine's security service also said its force hit an oil pumping station that supplies fuel to Moscow. Meanwhile, officials in Ukraine said a Russian drone strike killed a 60-year-old man overnight. Venezuela's government says the death toll from Wednesday's twin earthquakes has risen to more than 1,400 people. That number is likely to rise again as nearly 69,000 people are still reported missing. People are digging through the rubble in the hardest hit area to try and find them. U.S. teams are working to repair the badly damaged airport that serves Venezuela's capital, Caracas, as rescue crews from the federal government, U.S. states, and countries around the world continue arriving for help.
We are answering the call from our neighbors in Venezuela. This is so important to show up wherever we're needed, but in this case, because we have such a large Venezuelan population, the largest outside of Venezuela, and so for so many, it's very personal.
The International Organization for Migration says up to 6.76 million people could be affected by the earthquakes, with many people sleeping on the street to avoid re-entering their damaged homes. A court ruling could make one of U.S. Senate races even more unusual, why two candidates with the same name will now appear on Alaska's primary ballot. President Trump's endorsement for Louisiana's next Republican senator faces another challenge today. Representative Julia Letlow is facing off against State Treasurer John Fleming in a runoff after no candidate won a majority of the votes in the May 16th contest. That previous vote ousted incumbent Senator Bill Cassidy after he finished in third place. Letlow has the inside track with President Trump's backing, but Fleming, who served as Trump's chief of staff in the final months of the first term, has tried to closely tie himself to MAGA. Whoever wins the runoff today is likely to win in November in the deep red state. A judge has ruled that a man with the same name and party affiliation as Alaska Republican Senator Dan Sullivan can be on the primary ballot. The ruling came after a state election official disqualified the other Sullivan, saying his candidacy was not in good faith. The judge said that decision was not based on constitutional Alaskan law or the Alaskan Division of Elections' own regulations. Senator Sullivan has accused the challenger of working with Democrats to cause confusion, especially because Alaska has a nonpartisan primary where the top four candidates move on to the November election. Sullivan's top challenger, Democrat Mary Peltola, and state Democrats deny the accusations. President Trump shared a rendering of a U.S. passport featuring an image of himself. The sample passport page posted on social media by the president shows him standing over the Resolute desk. He included the capital quote, the USA's new passport, which says, "Welcome, but be good." The State Department previously announced it was rolling out limited edition U.S. passports designed for the country's 250th anniversary. The White House also shared the image online yesterday, confirming it is a new commemorative passport.
Coming up this week on Full Measure, the incredible story of one man's quest to find a solution to his crippling health crisis leads to a cure that stands to help millions. His journey also exposed remarkable flaws in America's process for finding and approving effective medical treatments. How President Trump's tariffs are leading to a business boom in the U.S., including a surprising industry. And we'll meet a Massachusetts Democrat fighting her own party in an effort to audit the state's books on behalf of taxpayers. All this week on Full Measure.
Summer heat, travel, and changing routines can all trigger migraines. What doctors want you to know before your next headache strikes.
We've got a heat dome building in on the eastern U.S. I'll have what that's going to mean for our highs and especially this 4th of July weekend here coming up in a few minutes.
We're raising awareness about migraine disorder that affects about 1 in 7 people in the U.S. and 7 billion people globally. Medical reporter Barbara Morse has more on a national campaign, Shades for Migraine, aimed at raising awareness about this common cause of disability.
Migraine is considered to be one of the most common and prevalent disorders.
And while it's second only to tension headaches,
migraine is the most common reason people go to the doctor, because it's more disabling.
Dr. Francesca Fiorito is a neurologist who specializes in headache medicine. She's also a spokesperson for the Association of Migraine Disorders.
I have had chronic migraine. It does help me, understand my patients more.
A few things she wants you to know.
It's 3 times more common in females than in males.
Hormones play a huge role. So does the weather.
And definitely the heat and humidity.
So is travel, which we do a lot of in summer. Time changes, air travel, and poor sleep, all taking a toll. Problem is, it might not be obvious you're having a migraine.
Many times headache is not even my most bothersome symptom. Other things, that are common are the light and sound sensitivity, but migraine manifests very differently to everyone.
You may have nausea, anxiety, feel irritable. You could even lose part of your vision. If you have these symptoms more than a few times, it's good to get a diagnosis, which may include imaging to rule out anything more serious.
If everything is fine, there's no suspicion, and you meet the criteria clinically, you can give that diagnosis.
The good news is there are new innovative treatments for migraine, including Botox, targeted therapies, and even some that can help prevent attacks. Now, the Association of Migraine Disorders has everything you need to know at migrainedisorders.org. I'm medical reporter Barbara Morse.
The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention is raising its response to the Ebola outbreak in Africa to its highest level. The CDC says it's concerned about the rapidly rising Ebola cases spreading across borders. However, the risk remains low in the United States. The Ebola outbreak in the Democratic Republic of Congo is now the 3rd largest ever recorded globally. Additional cases are popping up in Uganda. The Department of Health and Human Services is helping to deliver doses of an experimental antibody therapy to the DRC and Uganda. They're also preparing to send 2,500 rapid diagnosis tests to Africa.
Well, the radar has been very busy the past couple of days, but we're now clear on the radar. We're clear outside too, just a few clouds out there. A pretty nice little sunset going on our sky cams. And we're going to stay clear here for the rest of tonight. There are a few clouds here on the Futurecast. We may get 1 or 2 clouds peeking over, some high-level clouds from some storms in West Texas, but I think most of us are going to stay clear here as we drop down to our low of 79 for tonight. We're going to heat up this week, though. This is the next weather maker. And it's going to be this heat dome here that's going to start to form over the eastern U.S. as we go throughout the next couple of days here. Look at this. Sunday night, it's going to start to build, get stronger and stronger right here over the eastern U.S. That's what's going to bring the heat to Oklahoma City. Even though it's off here over Kentucky and Tennessee, it's still going to bring some southerly winds, bringing some more humid air, and it's going to bring that heat to Oklahoma City. And it's going to sit there. This is now Tuesday. It's going to sit there also into Wednesday. It's going to keep us hot all through next week. It's going to be pretty uncomfortable. We're going to be about 6 to 10 degrees here above our normal of 90 for this time of year. 96 to start the week, getting all the way up to 99 by Thursday. 3rd of July for your festivities there, 100, and then 101 for our high for the 4th of July. Not going to be very fun, and it's not just the dry heat too. It's a humid heat here. As we go throughout the next couple of days, our heat index value is getting well into the triple digits. Some places even seeing 105 in spots across Oklahoma as we get into Sunday and Monday. It's going to be hot. 8 to 14 day temperature outlook. The entire U.S., except for just a small little portion here off the West Coast, is going to be above normal. It's going to be hot for a lot of us here as we start our July. The drought monitor has decreased again, -4% for the dry and drought areas, -8 here for the moderate drought. And that's good, but this doesn't take into account all the rain we've had in the last 3 days. Taking a look here at the three-day rainfall, a lot of areas, especially in that exceptional and extreme drought, saw areas from 1 to 3 inches of rain. Us here in the metro, 2.7 inches, up to 4 inches there just north of Stillwater, and then some portions up there in northeastern Oklahoma seeing close to 6 inches of rain. 8 to 14 day outlook. We're going to be dry this week, but the next week looks like above normal, which isn't a whole lot for this time of year, but at least it's something. 79 for the low tonight. We're going to be a bit warm, 79, not very comfortable here for our low. We're going to be clear though, south wind at 25 miles an hour. For tomorrow, high of 96. It's going to be windy, south wind at 30 miles an hour, high of 96. And so for our 10-day forecast here, again, heating up. That's going to be the big story here. 97 by Tuesday, 99 by Thursday, 100 degrees for the 3rd of July, 101, mostly sunny for our 4th of July. And we have a bit of anchor trivia here. We don't have much to talk about just because we have the heat. So anchor trivia question here. Which year holds the record for the most tornadoes in the month of June?
So first off, I'm glad. I didn't think you were going to have a whole graphic, so you went all out here. But let's see. I'm going to go with, let's go with 1995. Since
1995, incorrect. 2025 with 39 tornadoes.
That was
so just last
was
year
my second guess.
Was the record for most tornadoes in the month of June.
Hey, I mean, we've already seen several tornadoes early on, halfway through this year, and you've already been part of that last week.
Yep.
All right. Well, the future of artificial intelligence may depend on the future of nuclear energy, how new reactors could power everything from data centers to military bases. The White House is making a bigger push for nuclear power as demands for energy skyrocket around the country, partly thanks to artificial intelligence. Fox 25 national correspondent Matt Galka reports from Washington.
The average mid-sized data center needs about 40 megawatts of power. That's about the same amount of electricity used to power 24,000 homes, or even a small city like Aspen, Colorado. Demand and power consumption is only expected to go up as tech companies continue to build more for the artificial intelligence boom.
The beating heart of the nuclear industry will always be here in Idaho, but these technologies will thrive around our country and change the future of our country.
Energy Secretary Chris Wright touted the Trump administration's efforts to advance nuclear power technologies this week as they race to meet that demand. They announced $17.5 billion of loans would be available for companies to build 10 new large nuclear reactors around the country.
We're going to build those too as fastly and as proudly as we can.
At the same time, the government has been pushing companies to develop small modular nuclear reactors. That includes Oklo in Texas, trying to meet a Trump administration goal of getting its nuclear reactor online by July 4th. Laid out in executive orders signed last year.
We still have an edge in innovation and designs and underlying technologies, but that doesn't matter if we're not building them.
Oklo says they built their reactor in just 229 days, one of the fastest timelines ever. 2 new reactors, one in Idaho and one in Utah, both reached criticality this month, with Wright saying a third is on the way.
Now we have the new nuclear age beginning right now, the golden era of nuclear energy, with soon to be our third next generation nuclear reactor to turn on, to go critical and maintain a sustaining chain reaction.
Part of this push also has to do with military sustainability. The Army hopes portable nuclear reactors can power bases if the electrical grid were to go offline, so they wouldn't have to rely on diesel fuel reserves during disruptions or even cyber attacks. Reporting in Washington, I'm Matt Gelka.
If you're traveling for Independence Day, expect lots of traffic on the roads this week. The AAA estimates more than 60 million people will drive to their destinations between today and Sunday, July 5th. There's good news, though, for those driving the national average. For a gallon of regular gas is $3.88. Prices have dropped 58 cents in the last month, but they're still higher than a year ago. Experts say prices have dropped because more tankers carrying oil are starting to travel through the Strait of Hormuz.
It's open enough right now so that the next 30 or 40 days, I think you'll see a lot of oil and you'll see generally weak prices.
Strait of Hormuz has seen more traffic in the last week than it has in the past 3 months since the war with Iran started. Maritime traffic in the Strait had essentially stopped distributing global oil production and sending gas prices soaring. It appeared the U.S. and Iran were close to finalizing a memorandum or understanding, but as tensions escalate with Iran again, there's fear traffic could stop, which could cause gas prices to go up. U.S. consumer sentiment rebounded somewhat from record lows. The University of Michigan Survey Index increased to a final reading of 49.5 this month, up from 44.8 in May. The expectation for the final number in June was 50. Any number above 50 is considered good. Cost of living concerns remain top of mind for Americans, and most believe inflation will stay elevated for years. President Trump is threatening a 100% tariff on imports from any country that imposes a tax on digital services from American companies. In a post on Truth Social, the president said several European countries have been discussing the implementation of such a tax. Trump said if they proceed, the tariff would be immediately imposed. He added the new tax would supersede any previously negotiated trade deals. Artificial intelligence maker OpenAI might hold off on its stock launch until next year. According to the New York Times, ChatGPT's company advisors are pushing CEO Sam Altman to move slowly as the startup targets a valuation of up to $1 trillion. It followed SpaceX's stock turning volatile after it went public. The World Cup isn't just changing the game on the field, it's changing how fans can watch it. It's cutting-edge technology giving viewers a whole new perspective. The World Cup has a world-class technology this year. Lenovo is giving their teams and their fans insights into the game using and views unlike anything we've ever seen. Reporter Walt Makaborski has a special look at the tech from Dallas Stadium.
The 2026 World Cup is becoming a showcase for some of the most advanced technology ever used in sports.
There's 48 teams. There's over 1,200 athletes playing, and the amount of data that's being produced is just unequaled from a sporting event perspective.
Lenovo, FIFA's official technology partner, is helping power everything from broadcasts to officiating. One of the most visual examples, these digital player avatars.
The avatars were originally created for the use of FIFA to help the referees make decisions from offsides to penalties, just in an assist motion. But what we've seen is the fans have gravitated towards the avatars.
Before the tournament, players are scanned in 3 dimensions. Those scans are used to create digital twins of each athlete, allowing officials and fans to see offside reviews with a level of detail never seen before. And then there's this view. For the first time, stable ref cams. Fans can see the game through the referee's eyes during all of the action.
So we've used AI to stabilize the camera feed, and we've delivered what the fans are absolutely loving, this on-field experience where you're a part of the goals and the celebrations and the penalties as well.
The challenge? Referees run a lot. Lenovo says its AI-powered stabilization system reduces camera shake by up to 50%, creating a smoother first-person view of the action.
I really like the ref cam. I think it adds a different perspective to the game, it's a different view that the fan has never seen before.
The ref cam is a good invention and a good addition to the game.
So what we delivered was a seamless experience where you feel like you're on the field. However, it's not as overwhelming as it could be.
Lenovo is also powering FIFA AI Pro.
We wanted to democratize the data and democratize football. So giving the Cape Verdes the same amount of info and analysis that the big countries like England and the USA have access to is really something that's leveled the playing field this year.
A couple years ago. Sports is great because sports pushes the envelope of performance, and that's what technology is about, is making sure that we can enable the best performance. Gives us a great use case. That use case can then scale to the masses once we perfect it.
Collaborating with Lenovo is Qualcomm.
I think if you see what's happening here at FIFA, it's exciting. Go to the Fan Fest. You'll see some of the Lenovo devices with Snapdragon. You can experience an avatar using the camera technology, using our processing technology. The fans get the benefit both on how they have experiences at home and experiences here at the FIFA World Cup.
Artificial intelligence and computing power is changing the way sports are played, officiated, and watched.
That was Walt Makaborski reporting there. This year's features more data, more cameras, and more real-time insight than any World Cup before, and it's setting the standard for professional sports. We'll be right back. Legendary Mel Brooks turns 100 tomorrow, and the American Film Institute is giving him a big present. AFI is declaring Blazing Saddles the funniest film of all time. This brings the film up from 6th place to the #1 spot, the AFI's 100 Years 100 Laughs list. Three of Brooks' films are in the top 15: Blazing Saddles, The Producers, and Young Frankenstein. Donkey returns to the big screen next year in Shrek 5, and it looks like we'll be seeing him even more after that. A solo Donkey movie origin story is in the works and set to hit the big screen in 2028. Of course, Eddie Murphy will be back to lend his voice to the Shrek sidekick. The dog who went viral for eyeing a hot dog at a Miami Marlins game got his happy ending. Video from Monday night's game at Lone Depot Park showed Jonah in the stands watching long as the pup next to him got fed a hot dog. The clip spread quickly online, and the Marlins put out a call to track down Jonah and his owner for a royal day at the stadium. Turns out his owner says Jonah gives that look all the time. The 6-year-old pup, rescued in Aruba, has since gotten his hot dog, but those who know him best say his real favorite food is ice cream. I don't know if you've seen that video. Have you seen that photo or video or anything?
I haven't, but
Really?
I mean, he looks like a good boy. He deserves that hot dog.
I mean, I saw the post, and oh my god! I mean, just looking at him, I mean, that is like a death stare. And it's something like my dog gives me, like when I try and make him go out,
Yeah.
like after 9 o'clock at night.
He looks old enough. He can eat a hot dog whenever he wants. He's a good boy.
An 8-year-old Indiana boy raced through a toy store near the Fort Wayne Friday, grabbing everything that caught his eye, but none of the toys are for him. Instead, Mason Lennick is spending $800 he raised with a lemonade stand to buy toys that Fort Wayne police can keep in their cruisers for children who are experiencing crisis or are in a time of need. One local business donated $500 to the cause, and several others donated items. Mason called the shopping spree was pretty cool.
That's great for him. We need more kids like that.
Absolutely. I mean, you think of kids like they kind of want, but rarely you see them giving back like that. I mean, really cool thing to see.
And he raised the money himself too with the lemonade stand. So he worked for it, he worked for the money, and then gave it away. It's just great kid.
Shout out to the businesses like coming together too to help support that cause. The St. Peter's Fiesta is happening this weekend in Gloucester, Massachusetts, and that means the Greasy Pole is back. The Greasy Pole contest takes place 200 feet off the beach. It involves 45-foot telephone pole covered with grease. Contestants try to cross it and capture a red flag. It's a dangerous game that can lead to scrapes, bruises, or broken ribs. Once a contestant captures the flag, though, they swim to the beach where they are paraded around town on their shoulders from the competitors. Sunday is reserved for the championship round. How far can you get on that?
My ego says I could get all the way. It looks easy. I mean, how hard could it be? It's just,
I mean, there's grease on the pole. I mean, you've seen the people who, like, whenever they grease up the poles during, like, parades and stuff. I don't think I would get very far.
I think I could do it. Yeah. My ego says I could.
Well, I mean,
all right, 10-day
tomorrow's probably a good
forecast
day
here.
for that if you're in OKC for weather. I mean,
Yeah, we're warming up. It's going to be a great day for the lake pretty much any day in the next 10 days, especially that 4th of July weekend. Going to be warming up to 98 by Wednesday, 100 for the 3rd of July. I know a lot of people have that off. 101, mostly sunny for the 4th of July. South wind at about 15 to 20 miles an hour there, so maybe a little bit breezy, but a great day for the lake, grilling, whatever you want to do on the 4th of July. Looks to be great. But just keep in mind, we do have quite a bit of areas of drought, so make sure there's not a burn ban before you go lighting off any fireworks, even though we have that new law saying you can do it whenever you want. Just make sure there's not a burn ban. And then, yeah, going to be staying hot here over the next 10 days.
right. Maybe hang